Jill, you need to talk to Dean
Whoever
about
can hear
possible
what
water
you're
sewer
saying.
grants. He heard something.
That's
Okay.
a different ballgame, but yes, ACOG can help. You have to be licensed almost to get those
He
grants.
didn't realize it was Indiana or Michigan.
Oh,
You're on
right.
with Green Rhonda.
It is 4 o'clock. So we will call this town council special meeting to order. Today is Thursday, April 25th, 2024, 4 p.m. Start off with a roll call. To my left, Doug Smith.
Here.
Dean Renfro.
Here.
Kathy Burke.
Here,
Greg Dolsky.
Here.
Jeff Beachy's here. To my left, legal counsel Alex Bowman. Here. To my right, deputy clerk treasurer Jill Swartz.
Here.
And town manager Mike Yoder.
Present.
Okay. Everybody had a chance to review the agenda?
Yes.
Any changes or corrections to the agenda?
Pretty short and sweet.
Okay, if not, the agenda will stand as published. So, Mike, all yours.
Okay, so IntelliStreets is the firm that installed the lights at
Cassopolis?
Cassopolis, which we like the design, so I've invited them to present this evening. There's only a couple decisions or things I need to come away from the meeting with. First of all, is if we can pick sort of a design that we like, and then they can help me know the spacing between the lights, because I need to get DLZ a location for where our street lights will be for the final design. So obviously we can't choose a vendor tonight or anything, but if we choose a design, I can get a location, then I need to know what kind of conduits we're gonna run. Are we running water, fiber, electric, obviously, and that sort of thing. So it's just basic infrastructure. First meeting, and so Rhonda, I'll turn it over to you and you can lead us on.
Well, actually, I'd like to just introduce our team, starting with our CEO and fearless leader, Ron Harwood. Ron?
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Ron.
Hi. It's nice to see all you folks, and we're kind of neighbors. We have on our team Alex Wilson, besides Rhonda, Alex Wilson and Anthony Reale, and those two men have really designed just about everything related to IntelliStreets. I invented it, but I'm not smart enough to figure out how to use it. So I'll need those to complete the design work and do anything special that needs to be done. In general, I don't know who's going to raise their hand, whether it's Anthony or Alex, but I think they should present the work they've done and around the country and around the world. So maybe you'll see some designs in there that pique your interest.
Okay, great.
So how many raise their hand? Oh, Tim. Okay.
Hi, my name's Anthony Reale. I've been with Illuminated Concepts for about 14 years. Alex and I agree that I'm going to do the presentation today. At any point during this presentation, if you have any questions or you'd like a little bit more information, feel free to pause and ask. You know, this is an open dialogue and I encourage questions at all times. So that being said, before we start, are there any questions that you would like to ask before we get moving?
No, I don't know if I have any questions, but I would say thank you for the time today, Anthony. We really look forward to seeing what you have to offer. And, you know, we took a tour of Cassopolis and we were really impressed with the design that you guys had developed for them and all the functionality and just trying to, you know, replicate some of what they did. It may not be the same exact design for the light pole, but you know, we like a lot of the components and features of those lights, and it really, you know, as a small town, it really kind of sets them apart from others, and we're kind of hoping that we can do the same thing with our little downtown here, where we can, you know, when people come through, they're like, wow, check out those cool lights, because it's, you know, that's one of the things that drew me to ask our town manager and our council to go visit Cassopolis and see what they installed and where they got it from. And and just learn something from them. So look forward to hearing what you have to present to us today.
Well, thank you very much for that compliment. I'm really glad you enjoyed that installation. We have a large feature set of stuff. Some of the things you've seen in Cassopolis, some of the things you haven't. So we like to focus on, three main areas or ideas. One, sustainability, being able to use environmental metrics, such as air quality, power consumption, lighting on the ground to make sure we're using all of our resources as best as possible. We have a whole section based on security, whether that's, pedestrian counting, so we're figuring out how many people are in a park or in an area so that we're deploying the correct amount of public resources there to, standard cameras or license plate reading and, things as simple as, one of the things we're working on is pedestrian. Let's say there's a walkway where you can't, it's a blind corner, you can't see the pedestrians crossing the street with your vehicle. We can use cameras to change digital banner pictures to say there's a pedestrian in the crosswalk before you get to the crosswalk, so you're alerted as a driver. So some of the things that we work on. And then lastly, community engagement type ideas, where we're using, public announcements, the ability to turn on and off receptacles at the top and the bottom of the pole, the top of the pole for holiday lights, or at the bottom of the pole, let's say you guys have farmers market or a public space where you guys have street fairs and you want to supply power during those events at ground level when it's scheduled for vendors to plug in and out of. Those are the types of things we can do to kind of increase, community engagement. Why don't you flip to the next page, John? So I talked a little bit about a few of these things in terms of energy saving, power monitoring, extended efficiency. So one of the things, about LEDs, if you do not drive them to full brightness, this is a full dimming system, it extends the life of both the driver and the LED. So one of the things you're going to find with IntelliStreets, when you buy a piece of electronics with us, it comes with a 7-year warranty. And I don't know if you guys have gone to any big box store recently, whenever you buy something from one of those stores that's electronics, you're lucky if you get 90 days or a year. So we put, hardened, outdoor rated, industrial rated gear into our equipment because we know how important it is to make sure that these things function as advertised and consistently over time in your guys' environment. Along with security, we offer emergency alerts. So, for example, go ahead.
No. Nobody say anything.
For example, emergency alerts. Let's say we have one of our gas sensors in the town and it detects a high level of NO2 or CO2 in the environment. It has the ability to then trigger an ad response. What do I mean by an ad response? We can port that data directly.
Feeding back. Somebody's feeding back.
I think it's
We're
the,
fine in this room.
I think it's the hall.
Yeah, I think it's echoing, my voice is echoing in their hall through the mic, because I'm on headset, right?
I think it's,
Well, let's say there's an inappropriate air quality level. We automatically can put that onto one of our digital banners, say what the air quality is or how to take action. You guys are near us, you guys get snow days. We can do things where you can give discrete access maybe to the snowplow driver. It changes our beacons to flash a different color and makes an audio announcement saying this is a snow emergency. Please remove your car from the street or parking lot. We can set all the lights that would normally be at a lower light level to a full brightness when there's going to be snow removal. I mean, we can get really discreet with the level of control and things that we can do to provide the more safe and secure community environment. We offer, types of AI monitoring. So, for example, pedestrian crosswalking, we're looking at bicycles, or looking at cars. If you want to see, are people rolling through a particular stop sign or who's stopping, those types of things. Distress button. We offer a button called our push blue. We'll go through a little bit. And it's a simple push blue button. Instantly you push that, it connects you right to either your local police or to 911, whatever you guys want to have it set up to. And you have a point-to-point audio recording of what's going on. If that's paired with the camera, that event is also recorded as well. So we can, if it's smart, if it's intelligent, if there's some level of intelligence, we've got it integrated under one sheet of glass for you guys to take advantage of. And then the last thing, community engagement, early mornings, community billboards, you guys got graduates that you're probably proud of at your local high school. You can have those streaming through those banners downtown. We offer public Wi-Fi, and it's not just some public Wi-Fi that gets bolted to a pole. It's public Wi-Fi that you don't see on the actual pole bolted on. We put it inside the base. We come up with our own antennas, which we'll go through, that are very robust for the streetscape and literally blend right into the pole. Most people don't even notice them. Virtual docent. You guys have some historical areas. We can put an intelligent pole by the historical area. We can rebrand one of our emergency buttons, and we call it an information button. And when you push that button, it can play a pre-recorded message. You talk to people about, the historical value of what's there, or even a welcome message to people visiting your town. Then lastly, state-of-the-art lighting design. So you can put on our pole color changing lights, like the protocol is called DMX. And basically they're color changing spotlights that you can use to downlight or uplight a building or a statue. You can schedule a color change based on events, so that you can have dynamic lighting on the street. Alex, next page. So I've gone through a lot of things. This is the IntelliStreets poll with all of the major things that we offer. So wireless lighting, so dimming from 0 to 100%. We're a mesh network, so once we put our gateway up for our pole, it goes and that's out to all of our other poles. RGBA notification. Thank you, Alex. We offer a band of color on our post-top module, which is one of our products. What we're looking at here, this is our 910 fitter on top of a classic historic fixture, and it allows us to, flash colors. Let's say it's red in a certain direction. We've had people go red, green for a holiday. We've had different triggers for parks. So, for example, let's say you've got a park and your park closes at 10 p.m. and we have a camera in the park, and the camera detects motion, and it detects that it's motion of people, not animals. And it says, oh, the park's closed. It can take the light level that was down at 1%. It can raise it up to 85, 90%. It can make an audio announcement and say, the park is now closed. Please exit the park. And it can strobe those color indicating beacons. So it allows you some level of control, even when there's no one there to monitor certain areas. Concealed speaker placement. In this version that you're seeing on the pole right there, the audio is right underneath the beacon. We use a downward firing bass compression. And we're very particular about our audio. So if you bolt a speaker onto a pole, as soon as you bolt it horizontal, you've got all kinds of echoes bouncing up and down the street. We focus all of our audio shooting directly down towards the ground, and then it reflects up. The reason it You want that sound to hit the surface and then decay going all the way up into space so that you're not getting strange echoes in any sort of way. So imagine turning your entire downtown into one continuous sound bar you have in front of your television. So that's the type of effect we're able to do over miles. And we've got lots of patents around how to synchronize and time these events so there's no artificial echoes created from mistimed acoustical announcements. And it really creates a strong presence. In terms of volume, most of our audio products are at and around slightly above 90 decibels. So if you need to make an emergency announcement at really high volumes, yes, you will be getting people's attention. Public Wi-Fi, if you look at this pole is actually equipped with public Wi-Fi. It's hard to tell. So the public Wi-Fi unit is in the base, and right where his mouse is, those little black strips, those are our concealed stealth antenna. They're a fractal-based antenna that's designed that gets potted and has a decorative look to it, so it just disappears into the structure of a pole. The other reason why we came up with these antennas is when people win public sporting events, they have this urge to climb street poles. And we can't have them ripping off little tiny antennas as they climb up the poles. So these antennas are screwed in at both the top and the bottom. They're super secure for these types of scenarios where people are behaving badly. Image sensors on this particular pole. There's a tiny handful that we have put one of our remote image sensors in, which is like a camera. We offer on this one that we're showing, it's a 180-degree camera. So 2 cameras there gives you 360-degree view all the way around that pole itself. Air quality sensor, that is not shown on this pole, but we offer one of the smallest air quality sensors, and PM1, PM2, PM10, those are the 3 most popular gas sensor sizes. They're standardized through the gas sensor community, and we can fit any of those. Our air quality sensor also has a small laser on the inside that takes little puffs of air, measures the size of the particulates, and gives you an idea of how big the particulate size is. So like for pollen count or like soot particles or stuff in the air that you're trying to monitor. GFI switch receptacles. This pole has them both at the top and at the bottom. So at the top, if you have to turn holiday lights on and off, you can schedule that top receptacle to turn on and off. And at the bottom of the pole, if you're having some type of event or public event where you want to supply power at the street level, we can do that for you. We offer high intensity floodlight. This is that DMX light that I was talking about. It's a colored light that you can schedule it to change at a certain time of day to any myriad of colors that's selectable from one of those big color wheels. And, let's say it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, you want to turn it pink, you want to just put a spotlight down on the corner of the block because you just want to get that feeling out there. I don't know, it's St. Patrick's Day, you want it to be green, whatever it is, right? We do offer the only, that I found, double-sided banner that is designed to look like one of the banners, that cloth banner, vinyl banner that you would normally see on the street, that is in that actual form factor. So it's a familiar form factor that drivers are used to looking at. It's got a light intensity sensor built right into it, so it automatically dims down during the night time, so it doesn't blind you, and it gets brighter during the day to make it visible in actual sunlight, which is super important. They're robust signs. We make our own brackets for holding these signs. So if it's a square pole, a round pole you guys go with, a 5-inch, a 6-inch, whatever it ends up being that, meet the load requirements for the sign. We've got a mount that mounts that sign up. That's the one major takeaway. If there's something in our catalog or something that you guys wish we had, we've probably done it for another group, and you just need to ask us. We're design agnostic when it comes to different technologies that we work with. But what we do is we take any open API technology, any technology that can communicate through a web portal to another technology, and we port that under one sheet of glass. So you can control your whole city just from one screen. We've got our push blue emergency call station at the base of this pole, just the standard push blue button, spoke about that earlier. Mobile device charging. So if you wanted to offer one of those receptacles at the base of the pole, scheduling it, turning it on and off, we were providing USB power for people to charge their devices. We offer that. We've done that for different college campuses. And then lastly, tech base. We have worked with different cellular providers. Sometimes they do small cell installations, and they need a larger style base to put all of their gear in, but you want it to disappear into the streetscape. We help integrate some of those interstitial things into the city so they look and keep the historic feel as well. We also offer two types of water level sensors. Water level sensor that goes in the base of the pole. Oftentimes parks are used as flood zones, and when the water starts to rise in the park, usually it can go up to the bottom of the base of the pole, and we can detect that. So once we detect the water level, we can change our digital banners to say the park is now closed. We can change any of our digital banners to give different, directions. Road ahead, there's water over road, please take, 4th Street. We can also use that for, we have one that goes underneath a bridge that actually shoots and it measures the rate at which the water is rising of the water passing below a bridge or an underpass. And if it's, rising at a certain rate, we can say, oh, there's a flood event, imminent, this street was going to be closed ahead. So if you're in a part of any type of floodplain where you want to monitor those types of things, or it's of interest to you guys, so you can get ahead of the game before those events happen in your town, we have different sensors to help you with that as well. Before I move on to that page, is there any questions about these features that I've gone through so far?
Yeah, I have a question about the, I'm looking at your website right now and I'm looking at the LED screen that you have. So is that programmable to most anything such as, words, yes, but can you put like pictures, anything we want to put up there? Is that
Yeah,
available?
including videos.
Videos or just plain, say for example, for Christmas, you want to put a picture of a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
All of that is possible. Okay. That's all I
It's
need.
just like a television set. You can do it like
Okay,
your laptop. Whatever
okay,
you can do on your laptop, you can do on those screens.
okay. Thank you.
This is a great question, by the way. This picture right here is a picture of our post op. So all of those features, if you don't want it integrated into a head, or let's say you already have some type of light with an arm going over the street, we can integrate all of those smart features into our post op module. And so you get all the features that were listed above and into a retrofit solution. This can be arm mounted, this can go on pole, we go on an arm coming off of the building. So there's a lot of different ways we can put this technology in different ways. And this just goes to show we've got a couple different form factors, how we stack things in, how we're able to put so much quality stuff inside these devices. We can power with a post-op module in this is one of the Detroit Historic Lighting Standards. We can control up to a total of 4 heads from this one device, but it's 4 heads on the same pole or 2 heads. So if you got like a parking lot where you have a lot of these lights coming off, you don't have to put intelligence at each light. We can just have that just for one pole. And we've had, some of our tallest installations, around 30 feet, I want to say, that we're shooting sound down in Australia. So
30 feet.
yeah, 30 feet. And we do their in Australia, we've probably got over 90, I think it's 130 poles installed in Australia as of now, right along their waterfront. And we do their New Year's Eve party for them. We do all the sound, we do the timing of the ball drop and everything. So there's a lot that we can do with these, and they've got a lot of punch in terms of speakers. This is our, part of our, I should get into our cameras. This is our universal housing. We use this housing for mounting, a whole bunch of different products into. You've seen this in Cassopolis, on the actual poles there. This is some of the choices. And what's nice about this is oftentimes when you have a camera system, they want you to have fiber or hard ran line to the pole. Everything you need to get that camera signal back is contained in this box. And we can do it all through cellular. So basically, all the events are getting stored at this device. And if you need to go back and download something, that something happened, there was a car accident, there was a robbery of some sort, you can dial into the box and pull back that footage and download it. Or at any point, you can go into this box and go live with the stream. So these are the 360 camera shots from this actual pole itself. You can see all the way down to the base of the pole where it's at, and there's a little bit of overlap from both sides. So there's really, minimal blind spots, if any, when you have a 180 camera deployed. If you look at the bottom of this box, it's got a slight, so that 180-degree camera, the two cameras are actually crossing over each other, and they're actually at the base of the pole, they're covering the same area twice. So it's really good at spotting that type of information. Earlier we were talking about our air quality sensor. This is what our air quality sensor, one of the form factors for the air quality sensor. Excuse me. On the image on the right-hand side, that is an arm where you could post mount a PTM or you could post mount a luminaire. But inside of that arm is our air quality sensor. There is a laser and 3 gas sensors. We use that same smart arm for 180 degrees per side for a total of 360-degree camera capability. And we can use it for downward firing for people counting. So, why would you want to count how many people are in an area or coming past an area? Well, once you establish, after say about 6 months, the general flow of people walking around a certain area, you can say, okay, everything seems normal. It's about the normal amount of people. And when you spike above the normal amount, we can have that send an alert to, local police, and not that anything bad's happening, but hey, normally there's not this many people here. There's this many people here now. Maybe send somebody to see why there are so many people here right now. So how do you get resources to where they need to be before something happened so that everything's always, maintained as safe as possible? Well, you need some type of input coming from the street. So we can give you that capability if you're interested. This is the water level sensor I talked about earlier that mounts underneath bridges and it measures the rate of water increase. This is a picture of our stealth antennas. That's what our Wi-Fi antennas look like. We offer 3 different decibel variations. They do work with cellular, they do work with Wi-Fi, and we can also use 802.15.4. We developed an incredibly robust antenna when we designed this. They're potted and encapsulated in an aliphatic-based resin, which makes them near UV indestructible, so they should be out on those poles for a very, very long time with no real maintenance needed because they're completely potted and encapsulated. DMX flood light control. This was one of the things we were talking about. And again, since we're design agnostic, if there's a particular type of spotlight that you like, you need, or you want, we're not married to one particular brand of light. We can work with any brand that works for you guys. That's the great thing about the way we've designed it. It's basically design agnostic. And next one. St. Cloud, Minnesota. I have to tell you, there was a day where it was -20 degrees in St. Cloud, Minnesota. And it was 120 degrees in Australia, and our equipment was running just fine across the globe at both temperatures. So we were absolutely robust. This is an example of one of our poles installed with the digital banner on it. And that flag actually waves in the wind. That is a video animation of a flag. So to answer your question earlier, yes, you can put digital pictures or whatever you want on there, animations, videos, and you can let them play on the banner and pair with what's happening on the street. Our emergency push call button, this is also interesting. Sometimes you want to put an emergency button on the street, but you don't want it to disrupt the overall look of the street. So you can just place one on a standard street pole and put one of our post top modules at the top. It doesn't even need to have a luminaire on it. And you can have that emergency call button. You can have the camera at the top of the pole and the whole audio system worked into that singular assembly. We've often used this as well as a virtual docent. So if you have a historical point where you don't necessarily need light, but you would like a recorded audio message to be able to be played at that spot when somebody wants information, they can push that button, get information. Or if you have a chamber of commerce that has somebody at a desk who's willing to help the public understand the resources of the city, that can push a button, go directly to that phone number, and they can talk to that person as well. So I keep talking about a sheet of glass. And why do I say a sheet of glass and not a tablet or a computer or a cell phone? And the reason is because we can run our software on all of those devices. It is a secure, logged in kind of web portal that works with any of those types of devices. It's real simple drop down type menu scenario for logging and scheduling with the software. When you get one of our systems, we give you guys training on how to use it. It really doesn't take that long. If you guys have any questions about software or get new employees, we've redone training services before. You know, for the basic logging and scheduling stuff, if you understand how a calendar works, how to drag a file from the right side of your screen to the left side of your screen, that's about the technical knowledge you need to operate the software. So it's very user friendly. What's nice is you can get at a glance the whole view of your city, what's going on with your poles or any other smart devices you have. You have access to it. The image on the left, that's basically the buttons for the beacon, that's the sliding level. And when you see the interaction on that iPad, and you go ahead and slide to dim the lights up and down, there's not some long delay. It is incredibly instantaneous. With some on-off dimming systems, depending on their strategy for radios that they're using, it can take up to a few minutes. Poles can come on before other poles. When our system turns on and it engages, they all are timed and they come on all at once. They dim up all at the same time, and it's one uniform motion. So it looks very clean and professional. And again, if there are bespoke products that you need, this is a custom cell tower that we had designed for Verizon that's installed on Eastern Michigan University's campus. So it's a 5G, 4G, 3G cell tower. We also make custom designed totems that go at the entrance of towns. Some of them are color changing or welcome components that have smart elements to it as well. To even create the center or feel of a town center. So even if it isn't a product that you guys see that's here, like, gosh, we really wish we had some cool, attractive monument sculpture feature that was colored kinetic with lighting, don't be afraid to ask. You know, these are things that we do all the time. You know, we have a large background in product design and a large background in, you know, participating in large event spaces like, you know, casinos and stadiums and lighting design stuff. So we're used to those types of, projects and products that you need. We like our products to be complete. We like our products to be a finished product and something that enhances the person's experience. That being said, when you start working with us, we will do, a site plan map. You know, after you tell us kind of what you're looking for, we get all the information about, you know, what kind of power you have, what kind of, access to the internet, or what kind of backhaul we're gonna be using. We'll help you do a sample lighting layout. We'll place and locate, with GPS coordinates, you know, where all those poles are gonna go. And help you create a plan, you know, for your downtown. Typical installation, this is, Rockhampton, Australia, that we were talking about earlier. They actually got named, most tech forward city after our install. They got a lot of really great tech stuff, in Australia. It was really cool. You know, digital banners, they chose to use post-op modules, to integrate all of those in. This is Cassopolis, Michigan, and they got a Crook light, that's got a PTM, another, the second version of our PTM on it. That's the digital banner that you see there, bolted onto the pole. And we offer, you know, whatever style you're going for in terms of luminaire. Don't be afraid to ask, we've got a way to mount to it.
I brought a few pictures up, Anthony, that they wouldn't have seen in this presentation, so when you're done showing pictures, I'll show a few more.
Okay, now let's pause on this one for a moment. If we look at the pole on the right, that one actually has one of our universal housings on it. And in this case, we're using that housing for a camera. And oftentimes, you know, you'll see people that will do these things where they have to bolt a whole backhaul system onto a pole. And I like to call them spaghetti monsters. So they have like a million cables running up and down, and they just look terrible. And this way it's complete, it's packaged, it's sealed up all in one place, it's easy to service, get to. There's just so much more of an advantage going with a complete design like that. And here's a list of completed installations, and you can see we are absolutely all over the United States, from East Coast to West Coast, from north to south, and then, you know, across the globe.
Yeah, in terms of an interesting one, you bring that back up again.
Yeah.
While it may not be really important for your town, this is the first of its kind in that each fixture is run by fiber, which means there's no radios. Fiber is communicating with all the poles. Each individual pole exits its own gateway, takes its own information, which means there's no radio waves in the area at all, because the campus, this University of Illinois campus, didn't want any radio waves to interfere with whatever their security protocols are now. So this is radio free. It's the first one of its kind.
Then in terms of community experience, we've had it before where, you know, mayors, let's say there's just a music playlist playing, you know, halfway through, the mayor will make an announcement as part of the playlist, you know, welcome to our town, you know, say his name, thank you for coming. Please join us on February 13th when we're having our parade of, you know, plastic cars, down Main Street. So, like, you know, how do you get community engagement? Tell them about events. They don't have to opt in, they just have to be present in that space. The sporting venues and I'm gonna go ahead and, toot runs, the horn form. So the Wembley Arena, so in London, we still control and do all the color lighting from our office. And when it was the Olympics there, we had timed it with the Olympic Committee so that we could go through all the color changing and light displays in the middle of the night, so the press wouldn't see what that would look like for the Olympics. So in terms of being able to pull off big shows, important events, we have the experience, we have the miles, and we've been able to actually create these wonderful, wonderful projects at large and small scale, for multiple things. So Ron, I'm going to pass the presentation over to you so you can show some of your images and open up the floor to any questions that there are.
I know I have to do something to show my screen. Let's see. Share screen. Look at this. Okay, and we want to just look at this. Okay, so you see these pretty pictures?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Where, oh, have to hit share. Yeah, I'm gonna take no dust. On the left here is, park we just opened up, it's Goody Park, we call it Good Park, because Goody sounds silly. It's in the middle of Maryland. And, this shows you, a historic post light. And all the electronics are in the base of the fixture and in the sound chamber here. And you can see, well, no, I am going to. Turn this down a little bit. Anyway, so can you still hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Yep, so, the colored beacons are here, and we didn't go into great detail about those beacons, but we use them for snow plowing. We warn people ahead of time. We'll flash an amber light. The people who do your plowing will have access to just the flashers. And, they can just trigger the flashers to go amber. You can make an audio announcement that says you need to move your car off the street, for plowing snow at 10 o'clock. If there's an accident, the police department will have access to this and just flash amber or red if it's a bad accident. So this flasher becomes a multi-purpose thing, just like a traffic signal. On the left is a completely other design, and this is the old streetlight concept, right? So originally, there wasn't enough light coming from streetlights. So they had to put arms on them to get them closer to go over the road. And this is, you can see a row of these. We're putting in 180 of these. Probably half of them are up already. And this is in Johnson City, Tennessee, and the new corridor that they're building, very similar to what you want to do. It's a new corridor between the city and the University of East Tennessee. So that's a whole other design. It's kind of like my favorite ones, to be honest with you, because I like the 20s,
I do want to point out that pole that we're showing does have one of our universal camera housings.
Oh, yeah, right here.
And then it's got 180 degree camera with
Another one down
complete, complete cellular backhaul to, the internet as well. So there's no additional fiber drops needed to get that camera feed on.
And this is what Anthony was talking about, with having colored receptacles. So, around the holiday seasons, mostly at Christmas time, but at Easter also, and 4th of July, they'll bring these poles with decorative lights, and they'll plug these other lights into the base of the pole that are around the Christmas trees. Those trees are actually brought in, so they're on lakes. So they bring in more trees than they have planted. So that's, a great way to decorate the town during the holidays. So those are the only ones I pulled up to give you an example. So when we're talking about post lights, there's several form factors of these post lights. Let's call them post lights with arms and post lights with just globes where you wouldn't see any arms. And this is a pendant, and really there's only a couple of kinds of pendants that are even worth using as a lighting designer. And this is the best one because there's a flat lens underneath And the light, is the least amount of glare that you can imagine for really doing a great job of lighting. I have some nighttime shots of this and you can basically play poker in the street. So that's all I got. I mean, we're happy to show you bunches of designs. This is the taste.
Yeah, well, this has been great, very helpful. Lot of good options. I guess the only question would be, you know, the actual light itself, the globe at the top, what design we want to go with. If we want to go with something like Cassopolis did, or something more traditional.
You mean like an arm or just a globe like on the,
Yeah, just a globe like
we have now?
yeah,
I like the ones we've got.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I guess that
You like the one on the left here?
yeah, I think we're probably more leaning towards that.
Okay. There's one of the tech bases, you can see it's a little larger than normal. The tech base here is even a lot bigger than that because this has got Wi-Fi. And every fourth or fifth pole, it's got Wi-Fi built into it.
Yeah,
And you can't see any of that stuff like Anthony was explaining to you. But there's at least a half a dozen different styles of these luminaires, so we'll put together, just a page. We'll show you the different styles of luminaires that are all based on telestream spaces.
Okay.
And this is the least expensive way to go as well, because you're not having to buy it.
yeah.
I had a question on, earlier, when you first came on, something about the distance between the lights. I'm not sure right now what our distance is between our lights. Do you know, Mike? Does anybody know?
About that far.
No, about, yeah,
That's hard, yeah.
100 feet.
Is there a big 100 feet,
100 feet.
you think?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Looks like it.
Is there a standard distance that you guys use? So it could be,
There's a maximum distance,
okay,
not more than 120 feet. But
okay,
when you're going to 120 feet, you're gonna be looking at one of these kinds of arm fixtures like this, where the luminaire is up above 20 feet.
I see.
Right?
But the
Yeah.
globe one would not require that much. I mean, I'm thinking of
A globe
Yeah.
fixture like this, 80 feet is ideal.
80 ideal.
Hey, I got a question.
Yes,
Okay, we love another one has to do with hanging plants on these poles.
Yeah.
Okay, and how's that gonna affect on these electronics inside that pole? And the conditions of the brackets we put on the power lines for the poles hang on to, they tear up those poles. Do we want to go to the expense of damaging these poles with that power brackets?
so what we'll do, Barry, is we'll have, they've got brackets that they can include with the poles.
That's gonna stop the wear and tear on that thing. You know what, as they go down the street, a semi can buy and back that thing, they can go down the street, there's 6 of them, turn some, spin up in the air.
Now,
Keep that we're putting out on these lamp posts.
keep in mind, Perry, that the design of this new streetscape is going to eliminate the truck traffic from downtown.
Oh,
That's part of this whole project, is to narrow the street up so we don't have semis going through downtown. They're gonna be and they're gonna have to.
okay.
They're gonna have to. That's why we're gonna design this.
and I think we have the option of moving those poles more towards the storefronts.
Yeah. Now, are we looking at replacing all of our light poles?
Well, that's a good question. What I've shared with Ron is that we'd be looking at the higher technology poles in the downtown area.
Yeah.
And we might want to adjust our downtown definition to be going down South Division Street towards like, Mancino's area.
Yeah. Yep, agreed.
And then beyond that area, I was thinking about, poles without the technology, but would match the style of the
Yeah.
downtown.
Right.
We do that.
Yeah, because,
We
you know,
do that. Yeah,
as I drive by all of our poles, they're tired.
Yeah.
Oh,
Our current poles are very tired.
they've been up for you.
We've had them painted a couple times, but they've seen better days. Some of the bases are broken. They've oxidized and they're pitted, they don't look the best, so.
What kind of finishes on your poles?
Are these new poles made out of the same stuff?
That's what I'm good, yes. What kind of finishes on your poles? The new pole?
it's an electrostatic finish,
So it's a,
so it's, you know,
Yeah.
it's a dry paint
okay,
with
Okay.
electricity applied to it so that it melts and sticks. There's a 10-year finish warranty on them. That they'll look the same minus 30% at the end of 10 years, so they promise you not more than a 30% degradation at the end of 10 years. And of course, there's other, you know, all factories will have a little bit different take on warranties, but, obviously the car runs a little bit.
But it's like, they're like resistant to salt, that type of thing.
Oh, yeah. We've had poles up like this. We've had poles up in front of our studio, and we're on a main road that gets a lot of traffic.
Uh-huh.
And we've lost a couple of small pieces of paint, but nothing is rusted and there's no nastiness on them. They're just faded. I think they've been there for, 14 or 15 years.
Are they aluminum or steel poles?
I'm sorry, aluminum.
Aluminum.
okay.
We use quarter-inch thick wall poles. You can't get a better pole.
What are our current poles, Dean?
We have both. The old ones are all steel.
Okay, so I thought,
And
Oh, that's why
place,
it's such bad.
and they've been here for almost 20 years.
20, about 25, I think,
Well,
close to it.
You can jump those,
So-
they'll pick those for jump.
But when we replace them, we put.
They'll pay you for those poles.
yeah, we've got a good scrapyard close by that we could take those into.
Yeah, they'll weigh in.
Eric, haul those in for us. So I guess, the question is then, what do we want to do for features, right? And I don't know if we need to,
That's something we
Identify
can,
that
we
one,
need to
yeah.
discuss.
I would ask if there's any questions, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
You did.
yeah. So for our business owners, questions, Ron?
Is there a lifetime warranty or some kind of warranty on all the gadgets that are going on here, like the LED lights, the cameras, and the internet service that have to be changed every once in a while? Is that just come with a warranty of
Yeah, so the question was, warranty on like the LED screens, the
Oh, yeah.
Wi-Fi and those sort of,
Cameras.
the cameras.
We'll give you all that stuff, right. The only thing that has a shorter warranty that there's not much we can do about it is the Wi-Fi system. We buy them from Cisco, so they're the best you can buy.
Yeah,
But they, as far as operational warranty, it's like 2 or 3 years or something. And most of the rest of our stuff, I think we're giving a 5-year warranty on cameras, 5-year warranty on the LED banners. And then the poles and lights are between 7 and 10 years, depending on what we're warranting.
yes,
And the electronics that we break, you know,
the LED screens, or are they gonna be like this big or something?
Size.
yeah, what size are the LED screens?
2 feet by 4 feet.
Okay, and if they're gonna have moving stuff on there, have you experienced any fender benders for people who drive by and gawking at it? I mean, is
You
that
know,
gonna be a
Pam,
distraction?
your microphone is really breaking up, so.
Yeah, so
Well, she's not at the mic.
she's actually in the audience, so, the question was, have you had issues with distracted drivers because of the electronic banners?
Well, if I say never, I'm telling you the truth. But that means that tomorrow there'll be a problem.
So just example of that, Ron, is when we visited Cassopolis, Michigan, where they have these poles, they are on M61.
Yep.
And MDOT, which is their equivalent of NDOT for us, they control what Cassopolis can put on those screens because of that.
Wow.
So they monitor that. Now, I don't believe we run into that issue with NDOT, but who knows?
We would ignore it anyways.
True.
Honestly, I think that the city manager, the village manager, also ignores any warnings she's had.
I sort of picked up on that.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't put hoochie girls on them. They've got, they put pictures of the soldiers, fallen soldiers, people who've just gotten out of service. They have, always pictures of the graduates.
Yeah.
It's a community banner. There's no advertising per se.
Yeah, that's one thing that MDOT will not let them do is advertise. So for example, if they have a festival that is sponsored by Bristol Auto Parts, MDOT would not let them put, festival by Bristol Auto Parts. It would say festival, and that's all it could say, because they don't allow advertising on theirs. Now,
Yeah.
I don't know if
think
NDOT's
they
the same way or
ignore
not.
it, by the way.
Could make some money.
Yes, yeah. I mean, they get to the point where if there's a band that's playing in the park, they can't even advertise the band name because that's advertising for a business or a,
We could advertise like for the homecoming, the dates of the homecoming and times.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But you can't say, sponsored by Robert Reed and
well, we might be able to.
Alliance Sheets.
I was just.
We
gonna
might be
say,
able to.
You said Indiana, you might be able to.
Yeah,
We don't know.
we don't know what NDOT's,
We don't know,
yeah, we don't know what,
Yeah.
NDOT.
and for that matter, we could, depending on what NDOT allows us to do, I mean, we could cycle business names through there. So,
So that was my biggest question, was, if it's a moving sign, as it changes, I can see what that would distract drivers going out of town.
There is a county zoning ordinance. There is a county ordinance that provides guidelines for movement on electronics.
so just like our park, just like our sign in Memorial Park. It can't change more than so much per, like, it has to be on there for X amount of seconds. I don't know what that is. but-
Yep. I think it's the same thing all around Michigan.
Yeah.
But all the churches have signs up front. And.
Yeah.
They kind of advertise too.
Well, and
Way.
I'm anticipating these types of signs, like, to be more useful for the holidays. Where, like he said, he could put a flag up there. That's all it's gonna be. And it's not that every post is gonna have a sign.
Right,
Well, that would be overkill.
yeah,
Yeah,
Dizzy.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
If you had
That's-
something like this,
yeah.
where would that sign be?
I
Uh,
can't
Would
see
it come
that.
out from the middle? Would you
Just
be able to have?
I can't
any
see
sign?
that, Rhonda. You know me.
Two
I'm
hanging
blind.
plots.
If you
Oh.
had something like that, or just the one we have now.
Yeah, so if it
Would
were,
that interfere
I would
with-
think it would come out just like when we put our Christmas decorations,
Yeah.
they'd be straight out
yeah, so the,
towards the road.
so the flower pots, I would imagine, would be running parallel with the street. And the banner, the 2x4 digital banner would be perpendicular.
Yeah,
Yeah. Perry?
What happens with the Christmas trees?
what Christmas trees?
Wreaths.
Trees, the Christmas trees we put up?
We don't know yet. We haven't discussed all that stuff yet.
Haven't gotten there yet.
One thing you guys got the electronic banners, so.
Well, this is all the
Oh,
first,
okay.
first process.
Yeah.
We're seeing what we can use for, and
Yeah.
what we can't.
Yeah,
But do you have a planner, a landscape architect that's doing it for you?
we will, yes,
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 we will.
yeah,
So I think that what I'm hearing is we like this style that's on the screen now.
Yes.
yes.
And so that allows Ron and I to do some preliminary on spacing and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah, this picture, I'll normally put 80 feet on center. I'd like to, get them up at 16 feet, at least 16, 18, because I want to put, if I'm putting, like at Cassopolis, they're taller than that even.
Yeah,
Because we've got the planners, and we've got the signs, and we've got Wi-Fi antennas, and So we'll just have to see, yeah, and Alex will figure out what the height needs to be.
There. Yes.
There, Alex.
There.
Take a look at you, Alex.
And I'm also hearing some interest in at least having some LED banners along Main Street as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
As well as planter hangers like we use right now.
But, and LED banners, you know, like I said, it doesn't have to be every single pole.
No,
I mean, it's.
you wouldn't want it to be every pole.
No, you don't want that at all.
Too gaudy.
A good job is at the intersections and in the middle of the, in between the intersections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
We wouldn't want to do like,
Anything more than that is a distraction.
well, I was thinking like the old Burma shave signs, you know, you just.
Oh, jeez.
Exactly.
Harbor pole, you know.
That is what we are.
market shop.
Absolutely.
And Perry,
I think like you do that, you could put exchange signage up there that wasn't advertising a current brand. That'd be cool.
yeah. Perry, they even have irrigation systems on these light poles.
You just go over some.
They have irrigation systems on these light poles, so
Why themselves, huh?
they would water themselves.
Boy, they're doing your job, Barry.
But,
Prove your job.
but it wouldn't have the special,
There anyway.
it wouldn't have the special Perry mix. So,
But they like being talked to, them.
yes, they do.
Now, we're not talking about cameras on all these either, are we?
Oh, no.
Well,
No,
that
no,
level of technology, I think we'll need.
To me, I
No.
have a big
How far
problem
will
with
these
big
cameras
money all
go?
the time.
Yeah.
I'm not in favor of cameras whatsoever.
well,
You know,
I think
there's,
some of them need to have cameras.
there's special places such as maybe one in the park,
I got my opinion, you guys got yours.
I
don't
know.
Agree with cameras.
but,
Sorry.
you know, who knows? Maybe we're not gonna want any. Period.
Cameras?
Oh, yeah.
All of this needs to
Yeah.
be discussed. All of this, yeah, is
That's
gonna be
agreed.
discussed as to what we
There's
need,
a lot-
now that we know the
There's a
features.
lot of stuff going on downtown, but how many times that planter across the street's been stowed? How many, that lady falling down the steps over there, and they want witnesses, happy, got that factory, little store over there got broken into, the front door, they couldn't see who did it. You do need these security down here, cause
Yeah.
there's no cops down here at night times.
Well,
I
there
think-
are, but they can't be everywhere every time.
I think I got enough to move.
Somebody went up there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that planter,
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah,
The cops can see our camera systems from their iPhones.
Wow.
I'm trying to scare you.
so, okay, yeah, I think we've got, would we agree we've got enough information
Yeah.
for Mike to
Yeah.
to move forward with and have discussions, and then
Yes.
we can pull in JPR, whichever architect firm.
Actually, we're on a call tomorrow with DLZ and.
Okay.
JPR, myself and DLZ.
Okay.
So we've got enough information now, I think, to begin.
Did he say he had more different styles of globes, or they just have the one style of globe?
Ron, you've got several different styles of globes, correct? Yeah.
We'll put up a, kind of what we call a cheat sheet, just show, I don't wanna go through a bunch of renderings, that's very expensive. but I can
Right, no, I get, yeah.
Or
understand that.
spec sheets or cut sheets to show you the different styles of luminaires.
Great.
Other questions from anybody? If not, thank you for coming. Definitely appreciate your questions and your input, and I think we've got enough to at least get started.
Well, I had a question, but I don't wanna take his time with it, cause it's not about this.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think, do we
Well,
have any
got
more?
a question? Joe brought it to my attention that they're gonna start working on taking these lamp posts on this side.
Well, we're not sure.
Let's,
Okay, so we're gonna put the plants on the other side?
Well,
Okay.
but that's,
No.
yeah.
Well, I
So,
came for.
do we have any more questions for Ron and his team?
no.
Well, if not Ron, Alex and Anthony, thank you very much for the presentation today. I think it was very helpful, very informative for us. And we'll have, Mike reach out to you and talk with you about some planning, and then we can go from there, if that sounds good.
Yep.
Sounds
Thank you for the opportunity, we appreciate it.
Yeah, thank everybody and the visitors and citizens who came in this. It was really nice to see.
Yeah, definitely.
signs like this, did he say they need to be 120 feet apart, but the globes had to be 80 feet apart? Is that
Yes.
maximum?
Yeah.
So it would take more globes than it would.
Yeah,
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
okay,
Okay,
thanks, Ron.
Bye.
We got about, what, 900 feet?
To end the meeting.
Okay, I just wanted, I pulled up on the internet IntelliStraits.
Yep.
And if it says right here in green, IntelliStreet, how it works. If you click on that, there's a YouTube video of
Yeah.
almost 5 minutes, and it shows wiring, where that can go, different styles, energy management savings, and all of this stuff on that video.
Why?
I was gonna say, I see
No, no,
a whole bunch.
Well, it depends on what you want, and we don't
Right.
need all that stuff.
yeah, you don't need all the bells and whistles, just like,
That's what I was looking at. There was a whole lot of stuff I don't think we need in Bristol.
Oh, well,
It's
no.
not
I mean,
Chicago or.
but
Indianapolis.
they're gonna give us everything they can offer,
Right.
you know?
The challenge that we'll need to work through with Alex is how we bid this, because this will be large enough project that it'll need to be bid.
Yeah.
Frankly, I haven't found any, maybe there's some out there, but I have not found another company that offers this quality and this style. Their LED screens are bigger, their antennas are like he described, so anyways.
Yeah, 2 foot by 4 foot. That's a pretty good sized screen.
I would
Yeah.
like to know if we could get lights in the parking lot,
Which parking lot?
our parking lot.
The city parking lot?
Where there's people out of the opera house and they come to buy their car.
Oh, she printed some of these off, different
So-
styles of places.
What is the best way to find out exactly what is happening on the street? I know we didn't hear time to find out. You just said they're narrowing the street to keep trucks out? Is that what the
That's-
2025?
No, what he said was trucks won't be allowed.
Okay,
well, but we are talking about narrowing the streets.
you know, he said narrowing,
So,
Yeah, you
So
said-
there'll be bump out, so
Yeah,
I
the,
was gonna say just bump it.
sometimes they
Yeah.
treat the parking areas, that won't be allowed. There'll be a
depending
bump
on the
out,
parking is.
so parking will be parking, it won't be travel. But there'll still be 2 full travel lanes.
there's no parking now on,
Front of,
Well, I'm just-
angle parking,
oh, yeah, downtown.
yeah,
I'm talking out this way.
Oh, yeah.
Narrowing the streets.
no, no,
all the
No,
way out.
no.
no.
Oh, okay. So what's the best way to find out what they are doing next year? What the city,
So
The
here's
state
here's what we're gonna do is, we're going to put together a team that includes all of the business owners
Okay.
along the street that are affected.
yeah,
So you two will be included in that.
okay,
We're gonna have meetings with you, you'll be a part of those meetings, so you know what's going on.
I mean, the assessor that came and talked to us and stuff was really nice, but nobody could really tell us what's happening. They couldn't really tell us whether our business would be inaccessible to people, how we were gonna get our own business, so that's the meeting you're talking about?
Yes.
We'll have a meeting,
Yeah,
and
Yes.
when is that?
well, a lot of those decisions will be sort of fine tuned tomorrow in my meeting.
Oh, cool,
So once we know, there's some questions between the town and NDOT right now as to what we're doing with sidewalks in front of businesses. Initially, we thought we'd stay 4 feet away, the construction would be 4 feet away, and the sidewalk would remain, so you'd have access all during the construction period. Now there's some questions, well, then what do you do with the 4 feet? Someone would come back afterwards, and maybe we do, I don't know, imprinted concrete or something nice between the new construction and the businesses. But now there's some concerns that maybe we ought to have NDOT do the whole thing at once, and then people are walking across plywood to get into businesses.
Yeah, that's not good.
Which I don't particularly like, so we're going to finalize that. tomorrow. What?
What about delivery trucks?
Delivery trucks will be allowed down.
Yes.
So there'll always be traffic, but it'll be down to 1 lane at times.
I mean,
It'll be very quiet compared to what it is now.
I had to wait in that red light from there to there to get here.
So when, Mike, I noticed that you guys spread the dirt over here in the other parking lot, over on,
Charles.
is that Charles
Right.
Street? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do anything else to that besides leave that way? I mean, nobody parks in it because
If we
nobody
use-
knows what it is.
Right, so we're thinking about putting some parking, what do you call those, concrete things?
Uh-huh.
Bullards or,
Bollards, yeah, so people know how many parking spots are there.
Yeah.
That's a
I
horrible.
mean, we can even stripe it for that matter, cause it's
We
regrind.
could, we
It's
could.
regrind, it'll.
Yeah.
It'll hold for a while.
But without striping, you're gonna have,
Well, we're
even
having
with the blocks, you're gonna have
a
a,
little trouble with some folks that want to get in there and do some donuts and stuff, so we've
That's why those-
re-leveled that a couple of times.
concrete is a good idea.
Grandpa.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, stop doing that.
Grandma don't want them, Jeffy.
Too bad. We need them.
No, but
I've got my
you
opinion.
know, people don't know what that is. It's just right now, a piece of
We'll
ground.
be
If they
doing
know
some
they can
sign-
park in there, that would be a different
We
story.
can put some signage up that says town parking, free public parking, whatever it is. I mean, all our parking's free, right?
Well, I don't know if I go free because maybe some of those rentals will then just park in there. The house rentals.
Oh, yeah, Charlie's
Parking.
got.
It would have to
liquors,
be,
got all
it
those
would
on
have
the
to be
side,
down
yeah.
parking. lot.
Public parking, not residential parking.
Yeah,
We put like
Business park.
2 hour
or
park.
something.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
2 hour limit.
2 hour,
Only takes 2
business
hours.
parking,
from your
yeah,
place.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Violators will be towed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Eric is here, he's gonna have all kinds of great ideas to solve this.
So to the questions about how are you gonna be involved and what's going on, we're gonna make sure that you're involved and you know what's going on what's
Main
happening,
Street.
what's happening with the construction.
Yeah, we just,
Cause we
we
want,
asked and we've never really gotten concrete answers, but because everything's up in the air, so I thought maybe. a little
Yeah.
Farther along now, we
No.
know what's happening.
No.
we're very, very preliminary.
Okay.
And
So-
you're dealing with the
But
state
you
highway, it
answered
changes
basically,
daily.
really what we wanted to know was, is the business, I mean, are people gonna be accessible? Yes, there's gonna be one lane open, so somebody wants to come and see us then if they'll be there. But I mean, we're a phone business anyway, but still, we've gotta get in and out.
Right.
Please. I didn't think they could shut us down entirely, but we didn't know, so.
The one lane be after you get the bypass going.
Well, they're actually going to be at least 3 or maybe 4 phases of construction, so I will have that after tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
But, yes, so at times,
Because then the semis will still be coming down.
yeah, so west of the stoplight, that'll be the last phase, and that may actually happen in 2026. So the first phase is downtown, then they'll be closing, Division Street Bridge is gonna be closed for a period of time, and then the bridge across Little Elbert River will be closed for a period of time. And then they'll be closing South Division Street, so,
Thing next to the bridge gonna go through at the same time.
no, we don't have funding for that.
That's all on a grant that
Yeah,
we're
so
trying to
as soon as
get.
we
It
the
doesn't
grant-
happen if we don't get a grant. We can't
Yeah.
afford it.
And that'll almost be at 26. I don't think we want to start constructing that in 25 and we have all the rest of this happening, so.
Well, I'll be anxious for new sidewalks.
We all are.
It will be.
We all
really
are.
nice.
Rhonda, I gave you one years ago. What'd you do with it?
I can see the old one underneath it. It's about this far off the pavement, it's all rounded,
Yeah,
because the top one I all cracked up.
I remember walking on it.
So construction will start on
Good job.
the south side of the street this year with the new water main. And then we'll be putting new laterals into all the businesses on the north side of the street. So you will see some construction and sidewalks being
My
ripped
John
up,
retired.
starting to peak one this summer.
Starting at some point this summer.
So the construction will start this summer. It's a warm up for all the construction. that's-
So are they gonna put sidewalks, new sidewalks on both sides?
Yes,
Okay. I know, they paid us for ours. I mean, when they did the thing, cause we have a new sidewalk and put it in ourselves, and they paid us for it, yeah. So, which I thought was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Cindy was like a dog with a bone.
Not, no, not
She
today.
was, she was.
No.
She fought for that sidewalk, so. Okay, that's all, that's exciting. I mean,
it'll be
it's,
nice.
it's always painful, but what's
It's,
done is
it's
done.
gonna be painful.
Oh, no.
There's no way around it.
It's just gonna be a pain in the butt.
And we're not gonna sugarcoat it, it's just not,
Bridge was closed
it's not gonna be easy.
for 9 months, I think, wasn't it? Closed for 9 months, going up Division Street? I mean, that's been probably 15,
Oh,
20
the new
years.
Jack on
I was a
it.
senior.
We're hoping it's
Sooner than that.
we're hoping it's gonna start the week after the festival.
And how long is that close estimate? I mean,
Bridge
are we
this
talking
time?
6 months?
Oh, it better not be.
We're talking NDOT, we never know.
Okay.
I think when they were
I think
replacing
we
the first
don't.
bridge, it was almost a year.
I mean, I did go
Yeah,
through months. It was, I wanna say it was 8 or 9 months when they built the whole new bridge.
So they had a
Yeah,
one
it was
lane,
almost a year.
Pardon?
the one lane, so they had a traffic.
No, it was completely shut down.
Oh,
Cause I couldn't come into town this way, but luckily I worked in Elkhart, so I could go that way and go that way. Yeah, it was shut down for a month.
Yeah, it's hard
Yeah,
if you
when
live
they
on the other
replaced
side
the
of the
old
bridge
steel
and you have
bridge,
to
it
work in
was
town.
almost a year
You have
before
to
they
go
got
all the way
concrete.
that way
Yes,
or all.
yes, that's what it was. I remember that.
Okay.
Okay.
She Ron brought those pictures if you
Yeah.
wanna look at them.
Okay, any other questions?
No, just when are you gonna, now that we donated our time today, when are we gonna see the results of everything today? I mean, like, when are you gonna give an
Well-
update on what has happened?
We'll probably want to get everybody back together and start making some of those finer decisions.
Yeah.
How many LEDs?
Yeah.
How many, some of those other stuff.
Yeah.
You
Fancy
can say
lights.
camera.
Cameras?
I didn't say camera.
I did.
Boss did.
Like I said, I'm entitled to my opinion, but that's.
You
But you
are.
should know that before.
Well, you don't like cameras?
Not a big fan of them.
Okay.
I think they're important. I think they're important. I
To an
mean,
extent, yeah.
yeah, I don't want cameras on every corner. I don't want them
But
peering in my
every time I
house.
wanna take a leak or walk down the street, there's a
Yeah,
camera showing.
well,
me.
you know,
That's
just keep
gonna
your
irritate
pants zipped and go inside that.
Dean, that's against the law, you know.
me. Where's it written, Cat?
All right, well, we'll just wait. till you-
Oh,
Decent
geez.
exposure.
Yeah.
Okay.
You make a motion, we adjourn.
Okay, now you can.
Well,
Not
yeah,
yet.
you can
I was gonna
adjourn like
say-
that.
He's also gonna probably give an update at the business luncheon too, so a lot of
At
our
the what?
Business luncheon.
Yeah.
So
When is that?
in 2 weeks,
I don't think I got.
Yuri RSVP.
I honestly, I think I got the email.
I'll email you
Oh, I
again.
didn't get one.
Joe thinks you've already
No,
reserved.
No, that was Rhonda.
no, Rhonda
Oh,
did.
Rhonda.
Yeah, no,
Ron
I don't
did.
think I did. I mean, I got today, but I don't think I did unless I accidentally, if it comes from you, I pay really good attention.
Well,
And I don't think.
I think I'm the one that sent it. That's the problem.
That is
It
wrong.
was a while ago, it was probably a month and a half ago, but I'll send you.
And you knew it. And
Yeah.
what's the date?
May
Some of these towns
8th,
got
Wednesday.
Yeah.
So that's week after next.
It's right around the corner. Yep, May
What happened to the cameras? at
I'll
the
send you an
police
invite.
department until we were spent thousands of
There's a
dollars?
motion on the floor.
Put those.
I'll pick those up
Yeah,
whenever.
put 'em in.
It's okay, okay,
Just
there's,
the building.
there's a motion. on-
Thank
Are you
you.
guys
Okay.
second my motion?
8th. Bye, guys, thank you.
Motion by Kathy, you adjourn. Thank you, ladies.
I'll second.
Second by Doug, all in favor?
Okay.
Aye.